Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to part 13 of my DayZ adventures. Now, for those of you that remember, in the previous episode I gave away 2 copies of Borderlands 2. One of them has been claimed, the other one has not. I have messaged him twice, and it's coming up to about 10 days now, and he's never replied back to me. I always try and send a message twice, just in case. Sometimes it does happen that you don't receive a PM. YouTube is just being weird like that, but I have sent it again, just to make sure that he does get it, and he's still not got back to me. Like I said, it's been about almost 10 days now and he's not got back to me. So that means that somebody else will get the copy of the Borderlands 2 for the PC. Only thing you have to do, post a comment relating to the video, and don't forget to like and favorite the video. That's it. That's all you got to do. Now, getting back into DayZ itself, as I mentioned in the previous episode, there's quite a lot of things that I want porting from things that the community have said, and things that a lot of people have got really good and really cool ideas to bring into DayZ. And look at that. That just looks weird. But I have tried a couple of things myself, and there's been quite a lot of news. DayZ team have released a lot of pictures and released some more information, which I'll get to in a little bit. But as I mentioned in the previous episode, there is a server called, it's not a server, it's actually a version of the game. It's called DayZ Plus, where you can actually go in and scavenge. You can go in and take things off of cars. Just say you found a broken car, it's got a wheel on it, you can take the wheel off. You can also do a little bit what you do in Wasteland. You can build bases, not the same amount, but you could still build bases, and you can make a little bit of a defense. If you've got a little base in the woods or something like that, then you can sort of make it a little bit better defended, or make it harder for somebody to try and get into it, which is pretty cool. And I think one of these things, well, a couple of these things should definitely be ported into DayZ Standalone when eventually it does come out. So going back into when DayZ Standalone comes out, well, the official word from the devs is we don't know. We just want to take our time, want to do it right, want to do it properly. We want to make sure that this is the game that everybody wants to play. And to an extent, I completely understand that. I don't want them to rush it and just put a game out there. I mean, we all know, if for some reason you didn't know, they are using Take on Helicopters. That's the engine that they're going to be using. But obviously they're going to build the engine themselves almost from the ground up. They're not going to go and start from scratch. They're going to use the Take on Helicopter engine, but obviously they're going to do a lot of the changes for themselves and to make them suit their own agenda. Obviously they're going to have quite a lot of things related to their own game, so I'm presuming they're going to do quite a lot of work on the engine itself. But that's, again, like I said earlier on, it is a good thing about that, because we're going to get an awesome game in the end. So what is the new news, what they're offering, what they're saying, what they're actually telling us? Well, to be completely honest, it's not really that much. They keep telling us about clouds, they're telling us about the lighting, they're telling us about the character customization. They're telling us really things that we kind of know. There is no video yet out showing us, look, this is going to be kind of the final result. I mean, bear in mind that even though you're going to see a couple of pictures, those are going to be high-res pictures. They're going to be up there with the best that you're going to get out of a game. So don't always take his word for it, if you know what I mean. Obviously, the game's going to look a lot better than what the Arma 2 looks like, because it's going to be based on another engine, and the engine's newer, and they're going to do a lot of things to the engine themselves. So obviously that's going to look a lot better. But before we go into further into the DayZ, what I'd like to see more, and what I'm hoping to see more, I'll get back to the story a little bit and tell you what's happening. Well, I was not far from here. I was coming down and I saw some chatter in the side chat, and I thought, well, better come down here. I saw a helicopter hovering. You can still hear him just above me. And I heard somebody getting shot. I heard an Airfield. You can hear the Airfield right at the start of the video. And I knew somebody got shot. So that makes me think a couple of things. It makes me think, could this be a bandit hideout? Could it be a hero hideout? Definitely something's going around here. Somebody's either attacking, somebody's defending. Something's definitely happening. So I don't want to risk it going in. I know that chopper's got eyes on me. He can still see me. That's why you see me just standing still next to trees and not really doing that much. I'm just trying to scout out as much as I can, and basically just gather as much information as I can before I go in. I don't really know how many people are inside. I don't really know what the whole thing is and what is really happening. So I just want to take my time. I want to know what's happening, and then eventually I will move in. And as it happens, I did see another guy just getting killed, and I know he's got killed inside. Now, bear in mind, he had an Airfield, and I think I heard some sort of SD shot, some sort of Stanag round, something like that. I was not really sure what I heard because there was a guy in the chat just started fapping or something like that, and I couldn't really hear it well. But I want to make sure that I don't go in, and I know the chopper's got eyes on me. So again, is he working together with the ground team? Is he just keeping an eye on what's going on around the castle, telling him, okay, well, there's a guy coming from the left, there's a guy coming from this way, that way. As you can see, the chopper's just hovering. He's been hovering for a couple of minutes. Now, bear in mind, the server got a little bit weird, and I will explain a little bit how the server got weird. It's quite a bit of lag going on. The server's gone to full potential now, which I think it was about 45 players or something like that, or 42 or something like that. Anyway, I don't really remember. As you can see, I see somebody coming around the corner. It's a Wookiee, and you know, as you can see, I put a lot of shots into him. He put some shots into me, and he's still skipping. He should have fallen down long before that. You can see I'll go and try and bandage. You can see his body fell just behind there. Why didn't he fall earlier on? I mean, he should have fallen straight away, and you can see why. You can see I'm going to try and morphine. There we go. Just use all the morphine. I'm telling the pilot that I did get the guy who was there, and you can see, look, the morphine didn't work, so you can see there's quite a bit of lag going in the server, that the morphine didn't even register that I needed the morphine for some reason. So that was quite strange, and I know it's a bit of lag because later on, like I said, quite some really strange things are going to happen. Like, people are going to start spawning in as birds and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna just check out, just see what his gear, what he's got. If I could get a bit more ammo, since I don't really have that much ammo myself, I want to see what he's got. He ain't really got that much. I don't want to stay in the open that much. I just want to take out as much as I can because there could be somebody inside the castle itself. I don't want to be just exposed just like that. I want to take just a couple of things that I really need. And one of the top tips that I can always offer is, as soon as you're back in the fight, as soon as you regain consciousness, if you've been knocked out, you've been hit or whatever, back down a little bit, regain some health and come back. His body ain't going to go nowhere unless there's going to be somebody around. The chances are, if his friend is going to be around, he's probably going to come back and try and take either the good gun or the good supplies that he had on him or whatever. He's going to try and take it, so therefore giving you maybe more of a chance of you taking him out instead of you being vulnerable and looting and then somebody coming out and shooting you. So as you can see, I always carry meat with me, and as much as I can, always take meat. I don't really want to take beans and sardines and stuff like that. Take meat because it is the best one to get any kind of health from. So in a tricky situation, so many times I've tripped, I've had an accident with a car, I crashed, I got out and I was unconscious, and then eventually I regained consciousness and I was really low on blood. 1 or 2 meat really saved me so many times. So one of my top tips is always carry some meat with you. Every time you got some meat, go ahead and cook it. Even if you don't, I mean, if you think that you don't have matches or anything, you don't need matches. You remember, there's a lot of barrels that go on fire in Cherno, in Electro. You find them at Berezino, you find them at the Airfield, you find quite a lot of them all over the place where you can just light them on fire. You can cook your meat over there as well. And even if you do find a cold fire, like somebody's made a fire into the woods, as I've shown you in the mask in part 8 or 9, one of them, you can still light it and the animation will still work. So you can still make a fire even though somebody's put out the original fire with these cooks of meat. So got some health back, try to get back in, try and see if there's anybody left around here. Maybe get lucky and score a tent or something like that. I need a couple of things myself since I don't really have that much. I do have basic supplies, I have a decent gun and everything, but I'm running out of ammo, I'm running low on ammo. And as I said earlier on, there is a chopper pilot around there, and you can see there's 2 bodies over there. Now, these are the guys that I heard getting shot earlier on. Now, there's a guy there, and he's got a GL, I think he's got on him. Yeah, I think so. It's a hollow. It's got a bit more ammo. There you go. He's got 3 mags into it, so go ahead and try and grab it. But as you can see, he's got a backpack. He's got pretty much everything that I could possibly need. So I'll go ahead and loot. I'll take as much as I need and make my way out, and hopefully I'll score a lift with the pilot. Seeing that I'm not hostile, the pilot should be trusting me at this point. After seeing that I really didn't shoot anybody that was not a threat. And as it happens, he does give me a lift. As you can see, he's just picking me up. And he's going to go ahead and drop me off all the way up north. I don't really go to the airfield that much these days. I mean, I've never really gone to the airfield that much. I try to keep an eye on the airfield from the left or the right of it. I don't really go inside because there's not really a chance of you finding really great loot. The best of loot you're going to get it is by looting heli crashes. So to me, heli crashes are a lot more tempting than going into the airfield, where airfield's always been, let's just not say camped, it's always been manned by somebody. So there we go, I'm getting dropped off at the northeast airfield, and I found myself an AN2. I have flown these before 10 to 15 times at least. You can see that somebody's crashed one over there. There we go, nice bit of speed, just looking around, just making sure there's nobody around, nobody behind me. Yep, nice bit of technique there, that's what I'm saying. Nice bit of technique. Taking off, there we go, 60. Now, my mistake that I just made is right there. I pointed the nose up too early and I didn't put the flaps in the right place. And you can see I'm losing speed. 40, 50, 60, and it's all over. Yes, I did die. Now, these are the high resolution pictures that I was telling you about. Look at the hero. Let's see another one. That looks really cool. I gotta give it to you. You can have a little sit down. Yes, just look at the car. It looks really, really cool. You can see the plants. You can see the texture is just completely changed from the Arma engine. That looks really, really cool. I'll give you that. DayZ and Standalone and the Arma 2 one. You can maximize that a bit yourself. And look at the zombie. You can see the zombie has proper hair. I mean, she has like dreadlocks or something. I can't really see that well, but I mean, I think this is the Balota airstrip one. And everything just looks really, really good. I mean, like I said earlier on, these are going to be high-res pictures, so obviously they're going to look really, really good. So, getting back into the game itself again. Now, I said to you earlier on that things are starting to appear weird a little bit in the server, and at this point, there is cars everywhere, and I'm not kidding. I've come across within 5 to 10 minutes at least 6 or 7 cars. There's plenty of cars on the server, but everybody's kind of spawning as a bird. Everybody's just lagged out. Nobody can move. It was just a big mess really in the server. But before we get into what really happened in the server, I spotted somebody driving just alongside me, and I'm thinking, okay, well, you're not going to just come up, drop your car, get out and start running and trying to flank something. But you can see just ahead of me, he's trying to flank a bandit. That's what he's trying to do. So now it kind of all makes sense, because I knew if he's going to see me, he's not going to stop. But there we go. Have that Mr. Bandit from a Airfield. That's quite a good shot over there. Now I know the survivors around here somewhere, and I do have a UAZ which is what, 50, 100 meters away from where I am, but I'm going to go ahead and take his since it's a little bit better off-road. And I don't want to leave a good car behind just in case I could be using it, if you see what I mean. It's going to take a couple of shots at me, but I'm not stealing your car, young man. There we go, shotgun there. And I have heard a DMR shot or M14 or something like that just about 2-3 seconds ago. So yes, young man, I'm not stealing your car, I'm just borrowing it. I'm leaving mine just like 50 meters away, so you can just go ahead and grab it. It's cool, we're just trading cars. Since yours is a little bit better, I'll put it to better use. You can use the UAZ, it's got plenty of fuel. I think this one's a bit more greener, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm really bad with cars, I always crash them for some reason. So I always try and avoid cars as much as I can, because I always tend to crash them into shit. And they always explode on me, and I get out and I'm knocked out, and I don't have enough blood, and I always die doing it. So I tend to avoid them or go into the middle of the field if need be. But I'm going to try and get up to the airfield, since I know there's a lot of people that can't really spawn. Like I said earlier on, I don't really go to the airfield that much because it's always manned. There's always a chance that you're going to die around up there. But since I know there's not that many people in the server, just because of that little bug that we had, or little glitch or whatever it is, I'm going to go ahead and go up there to go ahead and see what I can find. I saw some smoke coming up, and I really thought it's going to be a chopper, but it was not really a chopper. It was just somebody crashed a chopper, or probably crashed an AN2. And as we get closer to it, we'll see what it is, and eventually it will appear. You always get these bugs on the map, and I think these should get fixed. I mean, I know they got fixed in Wasteland. There is a couple of servers. It's an AN2. in Wasteland, if you play it, there is a couple of servers. I believe the 404 servers don't have the crashed the fires when you crash a chopper, when you crash a jet or something like that. I think it's the 404 server, but I'm not really sure. And as you can see, my luck is going to pick up here, and I found a heli crash, and that's right, you guessed it, what I'm going to find. It's a DMR and an AS-50, so I'll have like 2 guns, and yes, I'm going to be boss. Like, yeah, man, 2 guns in like 10 seconds. Just watch this. Get out, go grab it. Exactly, yeah, I found absolutely jack shit. There was nothing there, just 2 clips of AK mags. That was it. Just 2 AK mags. That was all there was, and 2 empty cans. That's it. Shit. Well, since I know there's not that many people around the airfield, time for me to head in and hopefully loot up and score a gun out of this, because I'm definitely gonna get something on the barracks. There's always something in the barracks, so let's go ahead and get in and get looting. Hopefully I'll find a decent gun, and then I can head down south if need be. But as it happens, it's not in the first one, not in the second one, not in the third, not in the fourth. There's nothing here but a shotgun. So unfortunately I didn't really get nothing here. I do end up going checking the other barracks, and I do find an M14, and I will be taking that, and I'm going to head down south. Now down south I'm actually going to meet a couple of people. I'm going to leave you with the in-game commentary before I crash into this. I didn't crash, it's the car's fault. Lamborghini doors and all that. But that is the bird. That is actually a player that spawned next to me. And look, it's just weird. Pip pip. Hey man, what's happening? You okay? As a bird? Well, at least he can't shoot me. Alright, so I'll leave you with the in-game commentary, and I'll come back into it. Did he help you or not?
He helped me, and then he dropped me off by the red car, and I found a dead guy, and I found this gun.
Oh, nice.
So, not that bad.
Not that bad, no. You're just fooling here. Maybe you can try the other ones on the left here, see if you can find something. You want me to shoot it down? Nah, he's going north. Nah, he's just turning around, he's just looking.
Now, I got the wheel now, so
let's
just
roll.
Head off to the car.
Yeah, let's rush the car. Bandit?
I don't know, but I'm bleeding right now.
If he's a bandit, oh, he's got a car. If he's a bandit, I'll shoot. If he's not a bandit, I won't. No, it's a survivor.
I need time to bandage myself.
Yeah, just go bandage.
The zombies are chasing me, so...
I'll try and lose them. Hey dude in the red car, how's it going? Can you bandage? I'll try and get the zombies after me. Alright, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
Ooh, heli's coming again. 2 helis.
2? Oh my god.
2 helicopters.
Yeah, just fix the car and get the fuck out of here.
Get the hell out of here, yeah. Go Duncan, go, go.
We need to get...
Just wait, let him see what he does. He's probably gonna go and land or something. Well, I think he's just looking around. Alright, let's move closer to the barracks. He can't see us down here. Yeah, he's going south. Yeah, he's gone. So here we are back in the game. Now, a little strange thing happened just now. The third guy that was with us, he got kicked by the admin for saying, "Hey guys, where are you?" in the side chat. We always spoke in direct chat, but he made the mistake of saying, "Hey guys, where are you?" and he got kicked instantly. Now, there is a bit of a wait for you to try and get back into the game since the glitch is over. Everybody's trying to re-log back in, so you have to wait a couple of minutes before you log back in. Duncan went further up ahead just to see maybe we lost him somewhere because we didn't hear from him in a little while, and Duncan got taken out by this guy. Now, I really don't know if there's anybody around with him or not, so I don't want to take chances of looting, and I want to just take my time, go back to his body, check around a little bit, then I'll go back and loot up, and I'll take his Alice pack, and I can go back to Duncan's body and take back my M14 aim, since I don't want to leave it behind for somebody to come and take it. I'm still trying to rally up with my newfound friend, but he's not back yet, and he managed to get back into the loading screen. As you know, in the loading screen you can still type, "Are you still there? Are you still waiting for me?" So I said, "Yeah, I'm still here. I'm going to wait for you to come back." And once he gets back in, I've looted, I've got everything that I needed. I'll go ahead and take Duncan's M14 aim. I'll wait for him, and we're going to make our way back to the car and continue the journey from there. And that's pretty much it for part 13, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to post a comment and give it a thumbs up. It helps a lot with making these videos, as they take 4 to 6 to 7 to 8 hours. As you can see with all my characters, it is the same one life. I don't edit apart from A to B. Traveling, I just cut down on distance. This was about a 4 or 5 hour session condensed into a 24-minute video. I really hope you enjoy it, and with your support I'll be making more. I've been the Russian Sniper, and I'll see you next time. Out. We'll get into that woods and we'll cook some of that meat. We can split it in two.
Yeah.